Hi, Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. Here is your horoscope for February 2025. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, the year is moving right along. And in the second month of 2025, we have the Sun and Mercury and Pluto all going through your second house of income and value. So we start off the month with you thinking about investments, money-making opportunities, anything to do with your physical belongings. Maybe you're uncluttering your home or your wardrobe, your closet, whatever. And so the Sun going through the second house has you focusing on these areas. But the big news really this month is this house that's being lit up right here. You got your ruler Saturn in there, the transiting moon, and we have Venus and Neptune conjunct the North Node. The North Node has just entered your third house. Now, again, this is a very general reading. It's an overview if you have a sun sign in Capricorn or if you have a rising sign in Capricorn. It's based on sun sign astrology, tropical. And so it's going to be very basic. So here we have an amazing amount of creativity that's coming out of you. So maybe you're having ideas about making money. Maybe you're having ideas about a home situation or maybe a real estate matter. Maybe you're thinking about moving. These are things that I'm seeing here that are on the table. Plus, this month, we have Mars that's coming out of retrograde, which happens to be in Cancer, which is about your seventh house and relationships and partnerships. That's going to get lit up also by the end of the month. We also have Jupiter coming out of retrograde as well in your sixth house of health and service. So we do have a dynamic month, but it seems to be focused primarily on the bottom part of your chart, which is your immediate family, your friends, the people closest to you, your ideas, and the desire to maybe even travel a little bit is what I'm seeing here. So this is the theme that seems to be resonating at least for the first half of February. So let's dive in a little deeper. On the 4th, the activity starts to build up. We have Venus entering Aries in your 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. So when Venus enters the 4th house, there's an absolute need to remodel, redecorate, be around family, having family discussions, wanting people around. And if you're if you're thinking about moving, this is a time where, there's going to be a lot of that going on. Anything to do with land is going to be on the table as well. So Venus represents partnerships and relationships, but it also represents financial matters. And in Aries, it is a sort of self-directed kind of energy. So you feel the need to, clean more in the house, or you're talking to family members, particularly your mom, more. And that's what Venus is going to do. Now, Venus is going to spend an unusually long time in the 4th house, because next month Venus is going to go retrograde in Aries. So it'll move direct, stop, go retrograde back, and it'll hover in this 4th house for about 2 months, 2.5 months, and then it'll retrograde back out in April, I believe. So you've got a lot of time to think about or contemplate this move or remodel or whatever you're doing in the home life. Maybe you're just dealing with feelings and emotions. A very nostalgic time for you. That could be a possibility here too. Again, very general overview. Okay. So a couple hours later, we have Jupiter going direct as well in Gemini right there. There it is in stationary position. And so within a couple of days, it'll start moving forward again. Now, Jupiter in the 11th house is a lot of thinking, a lot of processing information, overanalyzing stuff. This has to do with health matters. This has to do with taking care of others, including pets. This is your daily routine. And so Jupiter moving here is going to make you a little bit more restless. I got to do, I got to go, I got to clean, I got to perfect, I got to do this, I got to do that. And so you might be running on high adrenaline by the time this Jupiter continues to move forward in this 6th house. So there's a lot of activity that seems to be bubbling and building up for many of you. Okay, between Venus moving into Aries, now Jupiter moving forward. And so there's a lot of activity building up here. Now, the full moon on the 12th has you again thinking about financial matters. It'll be at 24 degrees of Leo, wherever this falls into your birth chart. And so this is going to be opposing the sun in Aquarius. So these two will be opposing each other here. And Mercury will be closely aligned to the sun. And so these are the two access points that reference financial matters, the second house, the eighth house. Now, this could be a dynamic with a home, with a child, with something to do with expenditures, with another person, with a loved one. It could have to do with investments as well, too. And maybe there's some surprises in the mix here. Maybe your investments are doing well. Maybe they're not doing well. Maybe something going on with insurance or taxes. The eighth house rules that area. So there's going to be something that you need to pay attention to as we go into this month, especially up until the 12th with this full moon in Leo. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting dynamic that's taking place here. Now, Mercury enters Pisces on the 14th and 15th. There's Mercury going into Pisces. Now, this just continues to enhance the psychic ability, the imagination, the creativity. And see, so we've had Venus leave here, and we had, movement going on here, and the sun's getting close to moving into this house. So on the 18th and 19th, the sun enters Pisces as well. As you can see here, we have a pileup of planets in Pisces once again. So Mercury and the sun in this part of your chart is a very creative time where your mind is extremely active. You want to talk. Your imagination is running rampant, especially with all these planets in this third house and Neptune conjuncting the North Node. You might start having premonitions even more so than you normally would. And so there is absolutely an overload of thought and processing of information and imagination and dreams that is going to overwhelm you. So be realistic about all this mental chatter that's going to take place here around the 14th through the 18th as the sun and Mercury make their way through this part of your chart. Now, they will conjunct your ruler Saturn right here. Mercury will probably do it within a week or so, and then the sun will probably do it within, let's say, 10 to 18 days or so. And so this is going into March with the sun. So you've got a lot of activity building up in this third house. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to those little, deja vu moments that you might have, because this is going to amp up all of that energy as the sun goes through here. Now, this is such a creative alignment, though. You should be focusing on things that are new or exciting or something that you really feel really passionate about, that you want to put your efforts in a creative endeavor. So this is what this is suggesting right there. So I would say take advantage of that. Now, on the 24th, we finally have Mars going direct. There it is in stationary position. In a couple of days, it'll start moving direct again. And Mars has been in Cancer since December the 6th when it went retrograde in Leo. Okay, but it was in Cancer before that, and then it retrograded back on January the 6th. So this is about partnerships and relationships, and Mars has been reviewing the past. You've been thinking a lot about the past. Any type of partnership, whether it's business or personal, that has been on your mind. You've been dealing with a lot of emotions or uncertainty, from the past, because Mars does not do very well in Cancer. And so there's a lot of that's been on the table. But now that it's moving direct, you might be able to clear some of the air of some of the stuff that you were involved in. Okay, it's like, I have to put that behind me. I no longer need that in my life, or that situation, or that idea, or, things are just not flowing for me anymore. I need to move beyond it. So Mars will help you with that. Okay, it'll leave this sign in April the 19th to be exact. And so then it'll enter your 8th house. But for now, Mars in a direct motion is absolutely better than a Mars in retrograde motion, because it slows us down. We go within, and there's a lot of confusion in the mix. Okay, so there you have that one. And last but not least, we have this new moon in Pisces that's going to continue to light up this third house for many of you. So this is all about self-expression, publishing, creativity, short trips. This will be at 9 degrees of Pisces, so wherever that is in your birth chart. And so maybe you're looking to expand a business. Maybe you're talking to a neighbor about some sort of, creative endeavor of some kind. This is going to light that passion and desire over the next 2 weeks to focus on that. But again, this will absolutely put your mind on overload with ideas and psychic ability, especially since Jupiter's moving direct and Mars is moving direct. So you're going to have a lot to think about, okay? And just be realistic about what it is that you want, whatever this opportunity is or this idea that might be coming up. You got to be realistic about it, okay? Anyway, there you have the overview, the general overview. If you want to know more, I do have an extended version of this monthly horoscope in my Inner Circle community, as you could see here from this slide. I also do the weekly astrology in my Inner Circle community. And I teach astrology there. We're on the Zoom calls every Sunday. Members could send me their charts. I could look them over, give them a little advice. And so we interact every Sunday with the members. So consider joining. I left the link down below in the description. And, I think you might find it very valuable. All right. Anyway, have a great month, Capricorn and Capricorn Rising, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.